My nomination. I've got a couple of nominations for worst weekend in the world.
Oh, now.
I'm having a tough time saying it's not Barbra Streisand. Barbra Streisand is getting my nomination for having the worst weekend in the world.
I think Jeffries had a worse one. Jim Jeffries.
I love that. I think that those are probably my two. So Barbra Streisand's is Barbra Streisand. Of all the takes on Leaving Neverland, there was at least a debate going back and forth. Lots of people had lots of takes. I didn't realize that one person could have a take on the Leaving Neverland documentary. That's the Michael Jackson documentary with the kids talking about, their anals and their dicks and everything. You remember it, Troy.
Yeah.
Barbara figured out the one take that everybody could disagree with and call her a piece of shit for. She is apologizing for it, but Barbara's take was, her original quote was, before she apologized, she said of Michael Jackson.
Didn't she say, by the way, about the Holocaust, too? Like, sure, it was bad, but a free train ride is a free train ride. She also said that, I think. She always tries to put a positive spin on things.
She does, and that's good. That's where Babs is good.
Yeah.
But she talked to the Sunday Times in the UK, which was a huge mistake, as it turns out. She writes, or she said, his sexual needs were his sexual needs. Right there, you go, oh no, Babs, where are we going?
What the fuck does that even mean?
His sexual needs were his sexual needs.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, she writes, his sexual needs were his sexual needs. Coming from whatever childhood he has or whatever DNA he has. So she's not saying he's not a pedophile, but she is saying if he is a pedophile, she'll excuse it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So that sentence on its own.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Then she follows it up with, you can say molested, but those children, as you heard say, they were thrilled to be there. They both married, they both have children, so it didn't kill them. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So she's sitting there. It was one thing, the defenders of Michael.
You can say molested. What else would you call it if a kid's 12?
It's just molested. When you are handling a child's anal, it's molestation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but it didn't kill him.
No, it did. He's not a murderer. He's a molester.
Molesting never killed anybody.
By Barbara's definition, she's saying he may be a pedophile, but he's not a murderer.
I like Barbara. She makes sense.
Well, Paul, even you have to say, the documentary never said that Michael was a murderer. It said he was a pedophile.
That's a pack of lies.
It's not just...
Oh, you have somebody come over, you do a little examination. Babs is right.
It's not just either you're a good person or you're a murderer.
Memories wiped out of my mind.
Misty watercolored memories that I can't recall.
Yeah, she's a good lady.
She's sitting there. The defense on Michael after leaving Neverland from everybody was that they go, okay, they're lying. If you don't believe these two guys, if you don't believe Wade Robson and whatever the other guy's name was, then Michael wasn't ever found guilty of anything. You could sit there and go, look, the guy's dead. He can't defend himself. I don't believe those two. Leave it alone.
Right.
Okay, that's at least an argument. Babs is saying she believes them.
But they had fun.
Yeah. She's going, what about the Ferris wheel?
Yeah, sure, they had their heinies fucked, but wouldn't you like to eat candy and watch fun movies all night?
Yeah. Also, they got married.
She's sitting there.
They had kids. Yeah. He didn't remove their ability to produce sperm.
That's right. They had kids. They had wives. Clearly, they're fine.
Everything turned out okay.
Everything's fine. Here's Babs' defense. Guys, all's well that ends well, okay? And all is well. I mean, I've never heard anybody come out with that.
Are people, this is what we forget too, are sometimes people drunk or a little tipsy when they give interviews and shit just flies out? I don't know if she drinks or not, but that's the type of thing you'd say. It was almost like when Jimmy the Greek said what he said.
Yeah.
Because he was tanked.
Sounds like the ramblings of a drunken fool.
Or you're just saying it, not realizing that somebody's going, just jotting shit down.
Like when Louis C.K. was saying all that stuff about Sarah Palin.
On the plane, tweeting, yeah.
But he was like, look, I was drinking on the plane, and that's why I deleted the tweets. Because, I mean, maybe she was drinking. or it could be both. She's just so, I think that...
Would she have dementia at 78?
She's so out of touch. I think that when you're famous for a certain amount of time, when you're Barbra Streisand famous, you just become so out of touch and have so many people around you worshiping you that nobody's there to say, whoa, what are you listening to what you're saying right now? What
Well,
are you
Diana Ross
talking
had a
about?
shit quote too.
Well, no, Diana Ross brought it back to the music. Diana Ross, she said that people need to relax with the Michael Jackson stuff. This is what her quote was. This is what's she's her tweet. And Diana Ross, of all people, should be tweeting. Diana Ross tweeted, "This is what's on my heart this morning. I believe and trust that Michael Jackson was and is a magnificent, incredible force to me and to many others. Stop in the name of love." Which, I mean, in Diana, I'm assuming
That's her song.
That was Diana's song, yes?
Yeah. At least she had a smart take on it.
Is she hoping that, like, look, more people were listening to R. Kelly after that doc on Spotify. Maybe we can get some "Stop in the Name of Love" numbers up or something.
Get those streams up.
I don't even know what she's saying.
People that feel like this, like if you say, hey, look, I want to listen to the guy's music, fine, listen to his music. Just say that, though.
Right.
Say, look, he probably did fuck kids, and I think he fucked kids, but I'm going to listen to his music anyway. At least make that statement.
I'm going to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah. If you can do that, and maybe that's the way to do it, okay.
You
But
see,
just say you're doing that.
That's what I can buy. If people believe it, they believe it. I can at least entertain the conversation of, I don't believe those two guys because they said something else prior.
Right.
Okay, if that's where you stand, okay. But the people that are going, well, he's dead, so you should just stop talking about it. No, if a dead guy molested you, you still have to get through this stuff. Like, you still, just because the guy's dead doesn't mean the molestation goes away. If
It helps though.
Okay, well,
No, I mean in just the court of public opinion, it helps.
in the court of public opinion,
so much that
Yes.
he's dead because
Yes.
this has not affected him.
I thought you were saying from your experience, your molester is dead.
No, I'm driving around CBS 101.
What were you driving around in?
My automobile. And
That's not even how the song goes. Why did you do that voice just now? My automobile.
I hate when he does voices.
When you walk through the garden.
Why did you say my automobile like that? Jim, did you hear the way he said
I didn't
it?
understand why he said that.
Just trying to.
Because
you don't know that song?
No, but that's not how the song goes.
Riding around in my automobile.
Okay. We have now got the second in the Best of Travis compilation that we're putting together. Rob, you're already isolating that, yes? Yep.
Hey, is the new system working yet?
No.
We're moving over there this week instead of last week. Yeah.
But they're playing Billie Jean. Middle of the day. Nothing's changed.
No, because it's not, because you can't get this to be concrete. You can either believe people or not believe people, but the guy's dead. When he was alive, he was found not guilty. So if you want to not believe these guys, you can.
And I also think that his legend is just too big to destroy.
It is.
I really do.
It's too big. It's too fat to fail.
We watched, there was a LaToya Jackson interview where she looks crazy like years and years and years ago in the early 90s. And you watch it now and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
She sounds perfectly sane.
She's saying everything that we're all saying now.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was sour grapes back then. But you're going, oh, maybe she was trying to tell the world. Yeah, I mean, I think Diana Ross's only bad thing here is that she had to shoehorn in the name of her song. She might not believe the accusers. Barbra Streisand, to sit there and go, of course I believe the accusers. But seriously, they seem like they're having a great time.
Yeah.
They kept showing up. And there's no sort of, I wonder maybe Barbra Streisand is one of these people that believes that statutory rape is not a real thing. That she goes, look, maybe she's a NAMBLA person.
Maybe.
I mean, because this is the argument that Barbra Streisand's argument is the same argument that NAMBLA makes. NAMBLA, the North American Man Boy Love
Association. Come on, stop pretending to fumble.
You're right. The North American Man Boy Love Association would argue that it's real love between children and adults, that, the children want to be there.
Sure, you've made that argument.
I have not made that argument, as I am not a member of that group. I do not support that group in any way, shape, or form. I thought I made that clear.
No.
Okay, well, I'm glad I have now.
NAMBLA. Lord, I was born an Ambler man.
But Barbara is taking on those same arguments. No?
Yeah.
I mean, Barbara's argument fits that narrative.
It certainly
yeah?
does.
Yeah.
But she apologized.
She did. She said, I am profoundly sorry for any pain or misunderstanding. By the way, I hate apologies like that.
What misunderstanding?
Nobody misunderstood anything.
No, you said that.
That's what you said. There's only one way to interpret it.
Yeah.
Any pain or misunderstanding I caused by not choosing my words more carefully. That wasn't the issue either.
Yeah.
It's not the choice of words. It's the meaning behind the words that were chosen. You sat there and said, like, there's no other words that you could have put in there.
You didn't mean to say something else.
No, these are the words that would define the statement that you made. So,
This just sucked for her, but this will go away. It was stupid. She's 78. What the fuck are they going to do to Barbara Streisand? She didn't physically do anything. She just said one dumb thing.
She still sell out wherever she goes.
Doesn't matter.
No, because all the Babs fans, you didn't she didn't mean that when she said it. She didn't mean. I mean, you know. I wish she had done a Diana Ross thing though, and just snuck in a reference to Memories or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, sneak in the title of your song. Get it. If you're going to put out a quote about Michael Jackson and you're a singer, get in a little plug ski.
Yeah, a little something for yourself.
A little something for yourself.